Claressa T-Rex Shields, aka GWOAT, just signed a monumental, groundbreaking deal in women's boxing for $8 million. And that's crazy. But in addition to that announcement, she also once again doubled down that she's ready and willing to take on all challengers, including Mikaela Mayer.
I would love to make a fight with Mikaela Mayer happen, because the way she was beat up Mary Spencer, I would love to see her throw those punches at me. That'd be a great time.
Yeah, that'd be a good one. And coincidentally, Laila Ali dropped a video claiming that Claressa Shields was buying views.
What?
Well, if I just signed a deal for $8 million, I'd be buying a lot of too.
Hello guys, it's Rolly Romero.
Yo, my name is Nonito Donaire. What's up guys, Designer's Eyes.
We're here with Bob Santos Boxing.
And I rock with Dr. Boxing Talk.
I want to give a quick shout out to Dr. Boxing Talk.
And I want to give a big shout out to Dr. Boxing Talk. Thank you for all the love, thank you for all the support.
You're rocking with Dr. Boxing Talk. Get your daily news from my man right here, the best in the business. Let's get it, baby.
All day, baby.
Amen.
Bam!
If I tell you I'm good, probably you'll say I'm boasting. But if I tell you I'm no good, you know one line.
Yo, what's good, Boxing Talk family? Welcome back to your favorite boxing news channel, Dr. Boxing Talk, and we are here again today with some more boxing news. Now I'm talking about BTF Rise Up. The GWOAT has announced on a lot of different platforms that she just signed a multi-fight, multi-year deal with Salida Promotions and Win Promotion, in conjunction with Win Records. Now I think that's dope. And you know me, I knew that she was looking for a new deal. I was advocating for Eddie Hearn because I think that it would greatly benefit somebody like Claressa Shields if a very vocal promoter like Eddie Hearn would be able to represent her, you know. But she went back home to Dimitri Salida. I think that's good too, because obviously it was for a good reason. 8 million good reasons why to side back with Salida Promotions, you know. And I think it's dope, you know. Specifically, she has a 4-fight deal for the next 2 years, so that's 2 fights a year with a $3 million signing bonus. And that's fire, man. So the $8 million is already a minimum, because she went and broke that down a little further, saying that this is just what she's going to get from just being signed. Win, lose, sold out or not, she's going to get a minimum of $8 million. And she even went in further and said, hey, you know, in the first year, I'm probably projected to make 13, 14, 15 million dollars.
So it's a 2-year deal, 4 fights.
You know, in a little interview. So shout out to her, man. I think that she's doing her thing. And obviously this is a great news, not just for Claressa Shields, but great news for women's boxing. And she even hinted on what she could do next, possibly, you know, in the future in 2026, good Lord willing, because Mikaela Mayer, her friend and fellow fighter, right, has been calling her out, saying that, hey, if we could meet at a certain weight class, you know, that's comfortable for both of us, why not fight? And Claressa Shields, you know, this is not her first time saying. It's so funny because I was just talking about this, right, on my channel before. Like, this is not her first time acknowledging Mikaela Mayer. You know, as long as they could get a comfortable weight for both of them to make, then they'll do it. And you know, Mikaela Mayer, she just became a unified champion at 154 by beating the WBA champion Mary Spencer, right? Mary Spencer, who Claressa Shields already beat in the amateurs, right? So they have history as well. So this fight could be good because Mikaela Mayer is now, like I said, the 3-belt champion, the WBA, WBO, and the WBC. So this would be a good fight, you know. But for me personally, you know, I like unifications and undisputed. So I would prefer that Mikaela Mayer focus on either O'Shea Jones, who has the IBF belt at 154. Maybe they can have an undisputed fight, or she still has a belt down there at welterweight 147. For your listening pleasure, we are now on Spotify under Dr. Boxing Talk. The same thing on TikTok, Twitter, Instagram, Spotify, everything. Dr. Boxing Talk, man. Come rock with us. Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am. She could go down there and fight Lauren Price for another undisputed fight. So Mikaela Mayer has some options, man. Claressa Shields, O'Shea Jones, or Lauren Price. Hey, that's a good deal. You know what I'm saying? Those pretty good options. So shout out to her. Hey, but back to Claressa Shields. You know, Claressa Shields she's been in the news lately. In addition to this deal, even before this deal, for her back and forth with Laila Ali. Now I know I touched on it a little bit at the intro, but I don't really care, man. Both of these women are phenomenal. It is currently Claressa Shields' time. You see what I'm saying? And both the women are great. You know, I don't really care who you side with, but I tend to lean towards the one that has a better career, and that happens to be the one who's the topic of this video, right? Claressa Shields. So you can be mad at me all you want, but I do have some great news for you. If you find yourself aligning with Laila Ali and you're pro Laila Ali, that's cool. I have a channel I can recommend. Check out Shawa Laya. Yes, Queen Shawa Laya. This is where her site is at on YouTube. Her platform is dope. You see what I'm saying? But she's not just pro Laila Ali. She's just not a fan of Laila Ali. She's a fan of boxing. So you better know your stuff and come correct, because she'll get you right. You see what I'm saying? In a good way. And she'll straighten you too. You see what I'm saying? So no, it's either way, whether you're going with Layla or you're going with Claressa, it's bigging up boxing. It's keeping them at the forefront, keeping them in the news. But I will say, me personally, I know a lot of people think that I side with Claressa Shields in the little feud. I mean, I just point out that what I see. You see what I'm saying? And I like them both. I do think Claressa Shields, I don't think it's even debatable who has a better legacy. You know what I'm saying? As far as what they've done on their own merit and the accomplishments and the accolades that they have achieved, it's definitely Claressa Shields. I think Claressa would win too, but like I said, if you like Laila Ali, ain't no sweat off my back, man. Laila Ali is also a wonderful fighter too in her day, you know. But I will say this though, I do think it's kind of obvious that Laila Ali is prolonging the feud, right? Hey, if it wasn't obvious before, it has to be obvious now, because the same day that she drops the news of her new deal is the same day that you accuse her of purchasing views. Now I will say this, I don't know what she purchased. I wouldn't purchase any views. I mean, clearly, right? You know, one day our views gonna be up, you know, but right now it definitely doesn't scream I'm purchasing views, right? You know what I'm saying? But God is good. I'm happy for everything I work for. So I don't know if Claressa Shields is purchasing views or not, but I mean, who really cares? It's like, it kind of reminds me of, like, I don't know if you remember, I'm kind of going to go on a little tangent here, but I don't know if you remember back in the day, there was this rapper named D1. He was a Christian rapper. Hopefully I'm not messing up his name, but I used to like him too. You know what I'm saying? I'm a hip hop head, you know, and I go to church and stuff like that. So I like his raps. I still do. But after a while, he became kind of exhausting, because he was always talking about, you know, somebody who's from Louisiana, like him, Lil Wayne, who was another rapper I like. I felt like he was more so talking about other rappers not rapping like him or what they're doing wrong, and not focusing on what he has to offer. So to me, it kind of screams that you're not really comfortable in what you're doing. You're not really confident in what you're doing. You're just doing it to be different and have, I don't know, have other people look at you in a different way. It's like, if you're doing what you're doing, you don't really have to worry about what other people are doing. And that's kind of how Laila Ali is kind of rubbing me right now, as far as, like, even if she has fake views, I'm not saying they're real or fake. I don't know. They could be fake. I don't know. I don't care. But it's just like, why are we even talking about that? You're not going to fight her. Y'all not fighting. So let it go. You see what I'm saying? Like, it's over with. Like, and then there's another example I'll give you. Like in Kengan Ashura, right? It's an anime. There was this two guys that were about to fight in an arena setting, right? And one was a wrestler, a pro wrestler, and the other one was a sumo wrestler. And then he kind of exposed him and said, you're not really into sumo wrestling. You don't believe in it. You don't really have a passion and a love for the tradition of the sumo wrestler, right? You're just doing it because you're good at it and you could be different from everybody else when you excelled in this. But you have to have some fortitude. And long story short, the sumo wrestler or faux sumo wrestler lost because he wasn't committed. And the other guy had conviction and believed. He never abandoned his ways or what he believed in. Similar to what I was saying with the Christian rapper or whatever. At some point, you have to stand on your own. It's cool that you're saying, hey, I'm doing this because these guys are more secular in nature, or these guys aren't really a good role model. Okay, cool. But show me how you role model. Show me what you're doing. Be great at what you're doing. You don't have to be a detractor or somebody else to prop yourself up. That's a whole crab in the bucket mentality. And I just think that Claressa Shields is just doing her thing right now. And I think that we should celebrate that. But, you know, I know people have a beef or whatever. You want to choose your side, do your thing. You know, I'm not knocking it. But for me, I was just like, man, I just thought that was poor timing. Similar to when Amanda Serrano, it wasn't even her beef, right? She's supposed to have nothing to do with it. She's supposed to be super classy. And then she coincidentally dropped a picture calling herself classy and Laila Ali classy and beautiful and Holly Holm. It basically inserted herself in the beef and then tries to act like she don't know what she's doing. It was very petty. You know, you're throwing rocks and hiding your hand. I made a video about that too. It's like, I'm not saying that they're not classy and beautiful, but if you're a fool if you think that was completely coincidental when she dropped it. You know, it was dropped with perfect timing to throw shade. You see what I'm saying? Man, it is what it is, man. But I just think that was just a little, I thought that was a little petty. A little petty to drop the purchase of views, but once again, you have $8 million. I'm sure she got so much money she probably don't know what to do with it. But like I said as well too, it's not just an $8 million cap. That's actually a minimum. So that's a minimum threshold. Whether she wins, loses, as long as she fights 4 times, she's gonna get that $8 million. And 3 of that $8 million is a signing bonus. So congratulations to her. And then, like I said, she projects herself to make in the first year, I think she said 13 or 14 or 15 million. You see what I'm saying? So y'all let me know what y'all think about that, man. Congratulations to Claressa Shields and big up to the women, man. One time for the ladies. Also, the link to Shawwal Ayash channel will be in the description, so go check it out. Don't forget to smack that like button, but most importantly, remember, with God we can do anything, without God we're nothing. The doctor's out. Peace. Oh, let me know who you think will win too, Mikaela Mayer or Claressa Shields. Like I said, I would prefer for Mikaela Mayer to either stay at 154 or go back down to 147 and fight either one of the 2 undisputed matches that she has. But of course, who would be mad at Mikaela Mayer and Claressa Shields? That's a great fight. I think Claressa Shields wins that pretty easily. No disrespect to Mikaela Mayer. As you know, if you come to my channel, she's one of my favorite fighters as well. You know, she's even on the intro along with some other people. But I just think in this case, Claressa Shields would be too much. I want Claressa Shields to fight Shadeja Green next. Hopefully they could find a compromise in the weight, because you know Shadeja Green is at 168 and Claressa Shields is at heavyweight. But I want to be very clear too, a lot of people don't know this, that the heavyweight division for women is at 175, right? 175 is the limit for light heavyweight, but then after that there's no cruiserweight division. So 175 and up is heavyweight. So at 175 to 168 to 175 is light heavyweight. You see what I'm saying? So if you go check out Claressa Shields' last fight, when she made weight, right, it was a heavyweight bout, but she made weight for light heavyweight. So hopefully maybe her Shadeja Green could beat at heavyweight, which would be 175 and up, or beat at 175 to between 175 and 168 at a catchweight, or maybe even Claressa Shields will go down to 168, you know, because the 2 champions there are Shadeja Green and Francois Cruz. One person, Francois Cruz, she already beat. Shadeja Green, she didn't fight yet, but they have some common opponents in Savannah Marshall and Francois Cruz. Francois Cruz actually beat Shadeja Green, but Savannah Marshall lost to both Claressa Shields and Shadeja Green. So it's a good fight, good little storyline. Y'all let me know what y'all think about that. I'm out for real this time. Don't forget to smack that like button. But most importantly, remember, with God, we can do anything. Without God, we're nothing. The doctor's out. Peace.
From the hood to college, both worlds they had to meet. 6 degrees between us, so cold, we're about to freeze. But we're Florida boys, hot takes, we bring the heat. We're moving the culture, the engineers to the streets.